Narcissists engage in these stupid acts. They will show their death in front of you. Hey there, inquisitive minds. Welcome aboard. Today, we're delving into the intriguing realm of narcissistic behavior. Ever pondered the true motives behind someone's affection, especially when they emphatically declare they're done with you? It's a conundrum many face, particularly when navigating the labyrinth of narcissistic traits. If you're intrigued, show some love by tapping that like button. And if you're not part of our community yet, why not hop on board? We relish deep conversations, and your insights truly count. Drop a comment below to share your thoughts. But wait a moment. Before we plunge into the depths, a huge shoutout to you for being part of our community. Your support is our lifeline. If you've enjoyed our content and want to help it flourish, consider buying us a coffee. Every contribution, no matter how small, makes a world of difference. And for our fantastic members joining our program, we've got an exclusive treat for you. Your name will be featured in one of our upcoming videos as a token of gratitude for your incredible support. Cheers. Now let's unravel the dynamics of relationships, especially when individuals with narcissistic tendencies decide to call it quits. Brace yourself. It's a revealing journey. Unlike most folks who cultivate relationships with love and care, narcissists approach things differently. They substitute warmth with resentment and anger, making genuine connections elusive. It's not merely a minor hiccup. It's a profound issue rooted in the absence of the organic force that binds people together. When narcissists experience inner turmoil, their actions may appear peculiar to outsiders. The erosion of strong social bonds, essential for cohesive communities, is disheartening and contributes to the escalating narcissism prevalent in our society. This departure from conventional modes of social interaction is disconcerting. Instead of fostering warmth and affection, narcissists consistently radiate negativity, flouting societal norms. Even when narcissists feign concern, their comprehension and expression of empathy diverge significantly from the norm. Their struggle to cultivate intimate relationships underscores the pervasive issues intertwined with narcissism. The surge in narcissistic conduct is alarming, indicating a departure from our innate inclination towards love and camaraderie towards resentment and self-absorption. This isn't merely cause for concern. It demands action. This trend underscores the imperative to uphold the fundamental principles that bind us as a species: love, empathy, compassion, and connection. These values are indispensable as we navigate challenging times. We must actively resist the proliferation of narcissism and strive for a society founded on mutual respect and empathy. Narcissists often target individuals who continue to exhibit genuine love and compassion because human nature inherently gravitates towards affection, care, and reverence. However, traumatic experiences during a narcissist's formative years reshape their outlook. Whether stemming from emotional abuse or neglect, these encounters compel them to adopt a defensive and manipulative stance, believing it's indispensable for survival. It's disheartening how early life experiences shape narcissists, leading them to replace genuine love and concern with manipulation. They begin by donning a facade of love and affection, a calculated strategy to earn trust. Mimicking your behavior and interests, they craft an illusion of shared passions and familiarity. Yet beneath this veneer of compatibility lies their innate inclination to manipulate and exploit, a fundamental aspect of their character. They seamlessly blend in, leveraging their adeptness at mimicry and mirroring until they deem it unnecessary. When the mask slips, revealing their true selves, devoid of genuine love or affection, the facade crumbles. Despite their flawless persona, it's merely a charade. While others draw strength from authentic love, Narcissists thrive on inflicting emotional turmoil. The real harm emerges when they abandon pretense, laying bare the extent of their deception. It's a harsh realization when you discover they never truly shared your interests or emotions. The individual you believed you knew was an imposter. Beneath the surface lies someone devoid of genuine affection. Their charming, caring demeanor was merely a ploy in their deceitful game. For those ensnared in a narcissist's web, the truth often dawns too late. Recovery begins with understanding their tactics and traits. You may question whether it's your fault or if they ever harbored genuine love for you. However, recognizing the narcissist's capacity for feigned affection instead of genuine love is enlightening. It's crucial to acknowledge that narcissists are incapable of reciprocating authentic love. Amidst the anguish of severed ties, you may yearn for affection from someone capable of experiencing and expressing it genuinely. Realizing that narcissists cannot offer the love you deserve is pivotal. They may terminate the relationship for various reasons, such as a lack of commitment or interest in another individual. Understanding that you were merely an emotional resource for them is painful, yet acknowledging the true nature of narcissists is imperative for healing. It's crucial not to paint all narcissists with the same brush. Simplifying and demonizing them doesn't serve anyone well. Labeling them as demons is akin to using negative traits as a shield for their conduct. While it's vital to acknowledge negative behavior, it's equally important to recognize our own roles in relationships. Embracing our imperfections marks the initial stride toward personal development. Although it may be tempting to brand someone as entirely evil and assign blame solely to them, it's not fair. Every individual contributes to a relationship, and owning up to our own shortcomings fosters stronger connections. Dealing with someone who exhibits narcissistic traits can be challenging, but understanding that their behavior may stem from past experiences is enlightening. This understanding doesn't justify their actions, but provides clarity. Moving forward for a relationship with a narcissist entails introspection and a decision not to tolerate their behavior. It's tough when they abruptly withdraw their feigned closeness, prompting us to reflect on the signs we overlooked in our eagerness to be with them. Moreover, it's crucial to contemplate why we persist in relationships that aren't beneficial for us. Delving into our own motivations is the initial stride toward progress. This involves valuing ourselves and refusing to settle for anything less than what we deserve. Ultimately, healing is a gradual process. It's natural to feel bewildered and wounded after exiting a relationship with a narcissist, but it's imperative to continue moving toward healthier relationships. While it can be challenging and require patience, it presents an opportunity for personal growth. Confronting fears and uncertainties grants us deeper insight into ourselves and our relationship preferences. It's an occasion to reconstruct our lives according to our own needs, liberated from the sway of the narcissist. Above all, it's a chance to cherish and honor ourselves, while demanding reciprocation from others. Appreciate your participation in this discourse. Feel free to share this piece with your friends, and keep an eye out for more engaging discussions ahead. One might ponder what plagues the mind of a narcissist if one were to delve into their psyche. What aids narcissists in surmounting their traumatic encounters and paralyzing anxieties? Indeed, these are intriguing inquiries, and to uncover solutions, we must acknowledge that narcissists are merely human, just like the rest of us. We all possess an inherent inclination to reflect on our past and speculate on how things could have unfolded differently under different circumstances. One of the most valuable lessons we acquire is the ability to navigate our lives without allowing regret to govern our choices. Regret is a universal experience. Even when our decisions fail to yield the desired outcomes, We may find solace in the knowledge that we exerted our utmost effort, recognizing that every decision ultimately lies within our control. The methods we employ to surmount the repercussions of our actions and progress forward vary from person to person. Some individuals bounce back swiftly in the face of adversity, while others may require more time to recuperate. Life, for each of us, is an intricate mosaic of distinct experiences. While some individuals endure far greater hardships than others, there are always those who manage to find rays of hope amidst the darkness. Nonetheless, irrespective of life's overall splendor, we all encounter rough patches and periods of desolation. When life presents us with a succession of challenges, it can be all too easy to feel adrift, as though we're merely floating along without direction. Now let's delve into the realm of narcissistic individuals. Like all humans, they experience a spectrum of emotions, yet they tend to manifest more negative feelings than positive ones. Their lives are tinged with hues of envy, often leading them to mete out punishment onto others. One distinguishing trait of narcissists is their aversion to solitude. They dread the prospect of being alone, fearing the darkness and negativity it might entail. Despite their capability to live independently, narcissists typically rely on external sources, be it a person, activity, or concept, to bolster their egos. Even when physically isolated, they seek out avenues to sustain themselves, deeming this external validation as indispensable. When narcissists fail to receive the anticipated validation, their distress intensifies. This is primarily because they often find themselves discontent when alone. At their core, they may struggle with self-definition, a challenge exacerbated by their habitual deceit and denial. Constantly endeavoring to mask their misdeeds, conform to societal norms, and evade accountability, they further distance themselves from an authentic sense of self. Additionally, narcissists lack a sense of shame or guilt. While they may experience fleeting moments of embarrassment, they swiftly shift blame onto others. Their persistent evasion and dearth of introspection render it arduous for them to reckon with their past actions and choices. One striking characteristic of narcissists is their adeptness at playing the victim. Their aim goes beyond seeking sympathy and attention. They strive to cast shame upon others. This victim narrative has become ingrained within their identity, shaping how they perceive themselves. In their eyes, they are the ultimate victims, unparalleled in their suffering. Overcoming this aspect of themselves proves challenging for narcissists. The mere notion that someone could outsmart them haunts them relentlessly, regardless of the innocence of the other party. It's disconcerting for them to entertain the idea that they've been outmaneuvered. This feeling intensifies when the other individual's actions are merely reactions to the narcissist's own behavior, and the narcissist's reality is entirely self-constructed. The narcissist's sense of remorse escalates exponentially if the other person chooses to sever ties and distance themselves. They become incensed when faced with the audacity of someone daring to leave them. Having invested considerable energy in crafting a persona to manipulate others into seeing things their way and meeting their needs, they experience profound hurt and humiliation when their true identity is exposed due to their failure. Both their authentic self and the facade they've constructed suffer wounds when they encounter rejection. To fulfill their desires, narcissists peddle illusions, which ultimately amount to nothing more than smoke and mirrors. The fear of exposure is a formidable obstacle that plagues narcissists, proving exceedingly difficult for them to surmount. They live in constant dread of someone revealing their true character and actions to the world. The mere thought of being outsmarted or exposed fills them with terror. To safeguard their facade, they often resort to extreme measures to tarnish the reputations of others. While mistakes are inevitable and embarrassment is a universal experience, deliberate attempts to humiliate us, especially by those who claim to care for us, can trigger a flood of negative emotions. How individuals navigate these emotions and move forward varies greatly. However, narcissists struggle immensely in this regard. They have meticulously constructed a persona, and the shame of exposure, of having their facade shattered, deals a devastating blow to their carefully crafted image. The trauma of being exposed haunts them relentlessly, as they exist in a reality where they play the roles of both victim and hero, perceiving anyone who challenges this narrative as an adversary. Lack of empathy and an insatiable thirst for revenge are hallmarks of narcissistic behavior. They tend to interpret even unintentional actions against them as deliberate attacks, refusing to entertain the possibility of misunderstanding. For narcissists, moving past feelings of humiliation or exposure is nearly impossible without exacting revenge. Interestingly, when faced with the prospect of exposure, some narcissists may opt to sever all ties and disappear, avoiding the potential repercussions altogether. Disagreement poses a significant challenge for narcissists, as they struggle to accept viewpoints that differ from their own. Even minor deviations from their perspective can trigger irritation or even rage. They firmly believe they possess superior knowledge, including insights into others' emotions and abilities. Consequently, they find it difficult to tolerate dissenting opinions or perspectives. When confronted with criticism, narcissists often resort to playing the victim in order to deflect responsibility for their actions, seeking attention and sympathy. However, their consistent dishonesty undermines their credibility over time. Disagreement and the refusal to conform to the narcissist's narrative or worldview are particularly troublesome for them. Stubbornness on issues they previously agreed upon can be especially frustrating. While most individuals can appreciate and empathize with differing experiences and viewpoints, narcissists perceive such challenges as threats to their perceived mastery over the situation and narrative, provoking intense emotional reactions. Criticism or rejection from those close to a narcissist can be profoundly distressing for them, as they operate under the assumption that their actions are beyond reproach. In response, they may resort to extreme measures to justify their behavior, often seeking validation until they receive the desired affirmation. Failure to obtain validation only serves to exacerbate their unhappiness and agitation. Narcissists grapple with inner demons, including an intolerable sensitivity to criticism, an irrational fear of rejection, and an unhealthy fixation on approval and admiration. These issues manifest in emotional reactions and behaviors, underscoring their profound lack of empathy and their relentless pursuit of control and validation. At some point, everyone pauses to reflect on the repercussions of their actions and how they impacted those around them. It's natural for us to question whether there could have been a better way to handle a situation, or if we were mistaken in our approach. Seeking validation or understanding from others is a common response, as it provides insights and opportunities for personal growth. Emotional maturity often entails the ability to accept criticism and adjust one's behavior accordingly. However, narcissists operate differently. Rather than seeking genuine feedback or opportunities for self-improvement, they seek validation that reinforces their existing beliefs. They crave confirmation that their perspective is the correct one and become offended when faced with disagreement. Until they find someone who aligns with their views, they persist in seeking approval, clinging to it like a shadow if it remains elusive. Feelings of abandonment deeply trouble narcissists, ingrained within their psyche. They construct a web of deceit and illusion to satisfy their desires, leaving them bewildered when faced with rejection. The notion of someone choosing to leave them is unfathomable, driving their relentless efforts to control both others and their own lives. At times, they may even endeavor to rekindle relationships with past partners, only to discard them later. This manipulation serves to maintain their sense of power and avoid feeling abandoned. The manipulation of the legal system by certain narcissists serves as another illustration of their behavior. Continuously disregarding court orders can prolong legal proceedings and impose unnecessary hardships on the individual who has left them. Despite the tension it may cause, this is just another tactic narcissists employ to maintain contact with their ex-partner. As they grapple with the realization that someone they once cared about chose to leave them, they may extend their involvement in the other person's life by dragging out legal processes. In their efforts to alleviate these anxieties, individuals often resort to dominating and manipulative behaviors in an attempt to uphold the illusions they have meticulously constructed. Lengthy legal battles are common for narcissists, who may switch attorneys multiple times if their initial choice fails to meet their expectations. They are quick to take offense and let their imagination run wild when things do not go as planned, yet they never consider that their own actions could be the root of the issue. Instead, they shift blame onto mediators, judges, family advisors, attorneys, and solicitors, steadfastly denying any responsibility. Their relentless pursuit of validation persists unabated. They continually seek individuals who will affirm their distorted sense of morality. With each setback, their determination only grows stronger. Employing various tactics, such as legal attacks or defiance of court orders, they endeavor to provoke and antagonize the opposing party. All of this stems from their insatiable need for satisfaction that remains perpetually unfulfilled. When dealing with narcissists, the blame is always deflected onto others rather than accepted by themselves. If their actions result in extreme shame or exposure in court, they may retreat into hiding to nurse their narcissistic wounds. In an effort to bolster their ego, they might surround themselves with a new set of supporters or sycophants, or even step back and give the other person space if necessary. However, they continue to play the victim, even while in retreat, to anyone willing to listen. For those who have endured narcissistic abuse, breaking free from this ingrained victim mentality can be a daunting challenge, requiring considerable determination to combat the despair and pessimism it fosters. It is crucial to stop identifying as a victim and instead focus on planning for a brighter future, rediscovering activities that bring joy to oneself and others. Narcissists grapple with numerous internal struggles that drive their interactions and behavior, often leading to conflict and mental anguish. Despite their outward appearance of confidence and superiority, they are plagued by doubts and fears, hindering their ability to move past perceived slights and grievances. Even when narcissists appear to have moved on with a new partner, they continue to grapple with unresolved issues that they struggle to address. They may harbor resentment towards their ex-partner and seek revenge, perpetuating a pattern of blame-shifting and punishment in their new relationships. Their refusal to acknowledge their own imperfections prevents them from changing their behavior, perpetuating a cycle of blaming others for their mistakes. Their negativity and thirst for revenge stem from their inability to let go of perceived injustices, driving them to pursue their desires ruthlessly. Conversely, genuine victims of betrayal, harm, or abuse may harbor feelings of resentment and animosity towards those responsible, with thoughts of vengeance crossing their minds. However, their empathy acts as a barrier, preventing them from crossing certain moral boundaries. In contrast, narcissists lack empathy, enabling them to escalate their manipulative tactics, smear campaigns, and punitive measures against those who defy their rules. Share your thoughts on this subject in the comments below. We deeply value the continued support of our dedicated subscribers. For those new to the channel, our focus is on educating about narcissistic behavior. If cutting ties is not an option, we offer guidance on understanding and coping with narcissistic and emotional abuse. Additionally, we provide strategies for navigating interactions with narcissistic individuals in your life. If you found any of our videos helpful, please consider subscribing. If you found this video beneficial, don't hesitate to like and share it with anyone who may benefit from the information. Stay tuned for more updates. Your support enables us to reach and assist more individuals grappling with narcissistic relationships. We are truly grateful for your participation and engagement in our community.